I've had a number of people ask me locally, how much does it actually take to get started carrying concealed? And this video isn't going to be all inclusive. I'm not going to include everything that you truly need and what I feel is the best recommended way in order to get set up to carry concealed. But with today being in 2017, I'll give you general dollar figures of what it took to gain the equipment that I carry to get the licensing is all that this really is going to do. This is just going to be a rough draft of what you need in order to get started carrying concealed. The first thing that people think about carrying concealed is the weapon, the cost of the gun. Now, this is going to be completely up to you and your budgetary restrictions or your wonderfully large budget. I hate you people, by the way. But for me, carrying concealed, I wanted a small weapon that I could carry very easily and could be concealed very easily. So I just happened to go to a gun show and I picked up a Ruger LC9S Pro. For me, this weapon works very well. It does not have the safety on the outside. It also came stock with a 7-round magazine, and it comes with an extended 9-round magazine. I do fully endorse carrying an extra magazine with you if you're carrying a semi-automatic pistol. Okay. One of the things that you're going to need for this is a really good holster. Okay, a holster that not only will be concealable, will be comfortable, will cover the trigger to make sure that you don't touch the boom switch when you don't want to touch the boom switch. Okay, for me, I am really big on buying American, and the company that I found was Alien Gear Holsters. Okay, the weapon itself I got at the gun show. It was a lot cheaper than what the retail was. Retail pricing on weapons, usually you get them a lot less expensive on the street. You can even buy a used weapon, just as long as you know what you're looking for. Do your research and figure that out for yourself. For me, the holster itself, that's going to be about $45 shipping, whatever. But you know what? We've really jumped the gun. The first thing people think of is buying the weapon. And that's not the first thing you need. The first thing you need to do is you need to take the class. In most states, it's required for you to take a weapons handling class prior to submitting your application for your permit. For me, I did my research and I looked around. I'm very budget minded, mind you. And I found that I could take this class online for $25. Somebody that I know in the same state took a class in person where he went and sat in a class. It cost him $60. There's advantages in taking a live class. You can ask the instructors any question that you have. In the internet, you kind of don't have that availability nowhere near as you do taking a live course. So however you feel is going to be best for you, do your research, look around, get the right class that you feel is going to be for you. The permit itself in my state cost $50. I have to submit to the sheriff's department $50 and a copy of my class certification and also a copy of the application. Now, if I did not pass the background check that they do for that, they would return some of that money to me. I wasn't too concerned about not passing the background check. So the very first thing that you need to do is look for a class and take a class. Make sure that the class is accredited for the state that you're in. And actually then getting the permit. Some states require you to get a permit in order to purchase a weapon. Some states require that if you get the concealed weapons permit, that is also your permit to purchase the weapon. I'm not a legal person. I can't tell you what happens in your state. So we've already gone over the weapon. This particular weapon cost me $300. LC9S Pro. Okay? And the holster that I choose for it. Alien Gear holster. Okay? It covers the weapon's trigger very well. I am not worried about this weapon going off in any way, shape, or form. Okay? So, another one of the things that you also need to do, especially if you're carrying a semi-automatic weapons, because the fact of the matter is, people, magazines do fail. And on top of that, what happens if you need more ammunition? It's rare, very rare, but you're also going to need something to hold this. Some people will just take it and put it in their pocket or whatever. I've found that if I go to try to reload my weapon fast while training, that I don't know which way that magazine is facing. There's no way to truly index that to know that I'm going to put it in the weapon the proper direction. Okay? So another thing that I purchased from Alien Gear is their magazine holster. Okay? This is also inside waistband, but it can be converted to outside waistband if I choose to do so. This holster for the magazine, about $35. Alien Gear does do deals if you purchase the holster, a magazine, and even a belt, which I'm going to get to next. They cut you deals for that. They're a great company, in my opinion. I don't work for them in any way, shape, or form. It's just the equipment that I use and I have found works very well for me. May not work for you, but it works well for me. The belt. Having a gun belt is very vital to carrying properly, in my opinion. Okay? You don't have to go out and buy yourself a $150 tactical belt and accomplish the same things that you can do with just a really good gun belt. Now, this belt does have a steel core in it. It was about $60. The quality and manufacturing of it is absolutely phenomenal. Yet another American company. Okay, if you've noticed, my weapon is made in America. My holsters are made in America. Even the rounds that I use for my weapons are made in America. Okay, the belt, very, very vital. Okay, don't skimp on this step. Okay, this step will help you significantly. So this is a very vital piece of equipment. It's just as vital as having the right holster for your weapon. Next thing that you're going to end up having to invest in is ammunition. Okay, you need to take the weapon to a range and do some shooting with that weapon to make sure that it's going to function 100% of the time. You want to make sure that your weapon is completely and entirely reliable, because the fact of the matter is you're going to be trusting your life to that weapon or the lives of your loved ones. Okay? You don't have time for stupid little malfunctions if you can avoid them in any way, shape, or form. So in order to do that, for me, I figure I want to run at least 200 rounds of range ammunition through the weapon. This isn't the ammunition that I'm going to be carrying for self-defense. This is just ammunition that I run through the weapon to make sure that it's going to be functioning properly. I'm currently running Winchester training and defense ammunition. They're about $15 for 50 rounds of the training ammunition. So if you're looking at 200 rounds, you're looking at about spending $60 for your range ammunition. But that's not all the firing that you need to do with your weapon. You need to run your self-defense rounds, the the rounds that you are going to carry in your weapon on a daily basis, you need to run some of those through your weapon to make sure that it cycles right, to make sure that you know exactly what that weapon is going to do. One of the advantages in the Winchester training and defense rounds is they're built so similar. The bullet weight is exactly the same. They're a 147 grain 9mm weapon. So the defense side of those rounds, you get 25 rounds for about $20 in the average market. You can pick them up in local Walmarts or wherever you choose to buy your ammunition. Send at least 50 of those rounds downrange. Okay, these are minimums, people. These are minimums. Send at least 50 of those bullets through your weapon. Okay, that's just $40. Okay, $40 for the peace of mind that you know that your weapon is going to cycle those ammunition rounds properly every time is worth every penny. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive than your range training ammo, and I highly advise not carrying range training ammo in your self-defense weapon. So altogether, just that stuff. You've got the price of your class, your permit, the cost of your weapon, the cost of your holster, the cost of your magazine holster, your gun belt, range ammunition for beginning and self-defense rounds. That's altogether, we're looking at $615. Okay? That to me is just the beginning. Okay? That's just where you start. This does not include the ear and eye protection that you're going to need for the range. This doesn't include the cleaning equipment and lubricating equipment that you're going to need for your weapon. It doesn't include stuff like snap caps for training without firing weapons, dry fire training. Most competition shooters will tell you they dry fire train 85 to 90% of the time. And the rest of the time is when they're actually shooting the weapon. They do more dry fire training than anything else. I choose A-Zoom snap caps. Once again, if you notice, people, American made. Okay? They work really, really well for me. Another one of the things that this doesn't include is your targets. Okay? You're going to need targets. You're going to need numerous different kinds of targets. Okay? These are just paper targets. They're relatively inexpensive. Okay? But you're gonna end up spending money on those too. So this isn't an all-inclusive video, but this might help you get an idea of about how much money it's going to cost to get started with a concealed weapons permit. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe, whichever way it is. Hit the like button, and I'd like to hear comments down below. Again, I am not an instructor. I'm just a normal, everyday, average citizen that likes to impart any kind of knowledge that I can to those looking for it.